If you had an extra $500 in your monthly budget, would you invest it in the stock market or would you pay off your mortgage early? One of these decisions could leave you a millionaire in retirement, and the other one can give you peace of mind and completely debt-free. I'm Terrell Higgins, your personal finance guide, and in today's video, we're going to be breaking down the math, the mindset, and the real life outcomes of this massive financial fork in the road. And if you are even pondering this question, congratulations, because the average American savings rate is around 4%, and most Americans, 75% of Americans, are living paycheck to paycheck. So if you have this extra breathing room in your monthly budget, you are among the lucky few. So let's break down what the best financial decision is. Let's get into it. So let's talk about mortgages. So for a $500,000 house, you can put a 20% down payment of $100,000 and control that asset. So if that home value goes up 10%, making you $50,000, that's actually a 50% return on your investment of $100,000. That's amazing, right? This is called leverage. But there's a dark side. So if the home value starts to fall, you can actually lose more money than you invested into the home. This is what happened to a lot of families in 2008, and it can completely wreck your finances. Here's the dirty little secret that no one is talking about. Mortgages work on something called an amortization schedule. The first 20 years of a 30-year mortgage actually go mostly towards interest. You're not making a dent in the actual loan balance. And with the interest payments and that principal that you have to repay, you actually end up paying double the price of the loan back to the bank. So every extra dollar that you put towards principal early on in a mortgage actually will save you thousands of dollars in interest payments on that loan. So now let's talk about stocks. So the S&P 500 has averaged 10.5% every year for over a century.
Oh my.
And even if you account for inflation, that's a 7 to 8% real return on your money. So your money is compounding at that rate every single year. But when you make mortgage prepayments, you're only saving that interest rate on the loan. So that 3, 5, or 7%. So if your mortgage rate is 2 to 4%, the math heavily favors investing in the stock market. You're foregoing large compounding gains in the market for small savings on interest on your mortgage. But if your mortgage rate is around 6.5% to 7%, like it's been the last couple years, then we can have a real conversation because you have a risk-free guaranteed return of interest savings on your loan that's actually rivaling the average rate of return of the stock market. So let's look at the numbers here. So say you have $500 extra each month and you invest it in the stock market and you get 7% a year for 25 years. After those 25 years are up, you'll have around $379,000. If you took that same $500 and you applied it to a $500K home's mortgage that's also at 7%, it's going to save you $157,000 in interest. And you might be thinking to yourself, that is a huge difference between those numbers. It's over $200K different between that mortgage interest savings and the compounded investment in the stock market. Why is there such a big gap if they're both using 7%? Because in the stock market, your money is compounding continuously, where those prepayments on your mortgage and the way the amortization schedule works, you're just saving on future interest payments. So the math heavily favors investing in the stock market if time is on your side. But personal finance isn't just math, it's emotion. And your mortgage is likely the largest debt that you have. And for some people, it's way more valuable to have that peace of mind of owning your home outright than having a bunch of money in an account. And if you're closer into retirement, you might have a higher premium on that peace of mind than you do over having a bunch of numbers in an account. And it is okay to value having that stability in your finances because you cannot put a price on your emotional well-being. So, well, here are 3 ways to knock out your mortgage payment early. So the first one is called bi-weekly payments. And the way this works is you break up your one large monthly payment into payments that you make every 2 weeks. So you do 26 small payments across the year. That works out to 13 total payments across the year. So you're making one additional whole payment to your mortgage every single year. And this works great because that bi-weekly schedule lines up with your check from your job, and it doesn't stress your finances. The other thing that you can do is just rounding up. So if your mortgage payment is $1,677, add $23 to get it to an even $1,700. And it seems small, but even small payments toward the principal on your loan will save you thousands and thousands of dollars. And the last thing that you can do is applying those windfalls of cash that you're not expecting to your mortgage payments. So this is that tax return that's not accounted for in your budget, or that bonus that you got from work that you weren't expecting. You could dump this into prepayments on your mortgage. And if you combine these 3 tactics together, it's going to save you a ton of time on your mortgage and a ton of interest that you have to pay to the bank.
Nice.
So here are the key takeaways from our conversation today. If you have a low interest rate on your home and a long timeline, investing in the stock market always wins mathematically. But if you have a high interest rate on your home and you're just looking for that peace of mind of owning your home debt-free, then paying off your home early could be the financial move. And if you're trying to balance the two of investing and getting that peace of mind, you can use some of those smart strategies of bi-weekly payments, rounding up, and applying windfalls of cash to keep investing in the stock market and slowly chipping away at your mortgage. Whatever you do, don't let your money sit idle. That is the only way you can guarantee that you lose. And if this video helped clarify what you should be doing for your money, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel because I post no nonsense, practical financial tips like this every single week. And if you're still trying to figure out what you should actually be investing in, I did an entire video on the power of self-directing your retirement account and how much money you can actually make. Keep getting 1% better every day, and I'll catch you next time.